So to facilitate our development here, you notice when I run this, the only way for me to get to the add item page is I have to log in here. So bond, for instance, and add password and go there. This is fun, but it's starting to get old, right? So what we're going to do now is I'm going to change our application so that whenever we run this application, it will go ahead and load this screen here. Since we're working here, that would make more sense. That will just give us a little bit more time as opposed to having to go through every time logging in and entering password to get to here. The way we do this, we go to our main. And don't worry, we will change this back. Let's go to our main here. It says, I'm going to go ahead and copy this and paste. So we have a copy that used to work. And this one, I'm just going to go ahead to show the add item like this. So now if you save this, and give it a run, we should see, there we go, right? So this is a good idea whenever you're building big applications and you want to just to work on certain windows, certain views. Just change the entry point to that window you want. Okay, so go like this, and there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and work on our add item form, which we had started in the last lecture. So go ahead and open. There it is. We have this. There's a task. There's a description, and we have all the IDs ready and set to go. Let's go ahead and before I do anything here, maybe you're going to change a few properties here. I want the focus to be that color, and focus, I want it to be this color. This color, was that the same? Let's change this then, focus. Okay, that looks good. So before we go, I'm going to save this so we have everything saved. Let's go to, why not? Let's preview real quick here. Look at that. That's very nice. All right, add your task, and it's wonderful. The button, this say tags. Well, that's not a good thing. Tasks. This has to be save task, not tasks. Right? Okay, let's save again. And then I'm going to go to view and show the skeleton here. I'm going to go to full. I'm going to copy all of these. In fact, let me stop here and change it to controller. Okay, let's save. And now let's go to view. And it should be controller. Good. Just to make sure they're all the same. I'm going to right click and copy. I'm going to go to our add item form here. Just paste it all in. Okay. Let's import everything. Make sure it's JavaFX. And most of them anyway. Okay. Gonna get rid of this. And we are good. Let's see if this is connected by saying location, for instance. It's not. Let's try save task. It's not. Okay. The reason why is because we need to go back to our add item form and make sure, there we go. Say dot. And say sample dot controller add item controller form control like this. Okay, save that. We go back to add item form controller here. We should be able to say save task, and there we go. Now we see it's turned color, which means things are good. Add item controller here, or add item view. So new, I'm going to go ahead and open in the builder. So what I'm going to do here, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to get access to this anchor pane inside here, which is going to be this white one here, right? So this anchor pane here, because this is where I'm gonna add the new view that we're gonna be adding. Okay, so this one here, let's give it an ID because we want to be able to access it. All right, let's go to code. Okay, let's go to code here. I'm gonna call this root anchor pane as such, and there we go. Okay, let's save this. Now if we go to view skeleton here, we should see our root anchor pane. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna go back here inside of our controller, right, for our add item. I'm gonna just paste in this anchor pane here. Let me see if that's actually connected already. I'm gonna call it inside of initialize. We call this root. And there we go. So it's all good. It's connected. Very good. So now that we have that, what are we going to do inside, for now, just to see if this works, I'm going to create an anchor pane, which will be for this view here. Go ahead and instantiate this anchor pane here, right? Put it in a variable so that I can then pass the view, this view here. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say anchor pane. Let's call it pane. I'm going to say form pane. Okay. I'm going to say call the FXML loader because we're going to load that FXML dot load. Okay, I'm going to pass URL. I'm going to say get class. I'm going to say get resource. And here we're going to pass the path to where our form is, which is add item form. So it's going to be /sample /view / and make sure we say add item form dot FXML as such. I'm gonna have a few errors here because we need to put this inside of try and catch because things could go wrong. Okay, so now that I have this form pane, right, which is the one that I'm going to be adding inside of this controller, inside of this view here, I'm going to go and fetch this current root anchor pane. That's where I'm going to put this form pane into. I'm going to go and say root anchor pane, say get children, right? So get everything inside of that root. And I'm going to set all to what? To form pane, just like this. Let's go ahead and see how this works. Let's save and see if this works. We're going to run. So the moment we click here, we should be able to see the other view here. So say it like this, and look at that. Voila! Isn't that amazing? We had some problems there, but nonetheless, that's totally fine. Let's try again. Run once again. And look at that. We have to change this color here because the background, it's all red. But that's no problem. But at least we are able to then get rid of what we had before, and now we're able to add what we want to add, right? So now we have the task and the description, and we have the button here. Very, very, very nice. All right, let's go ahead and work on the color and make sure that everything is actually going to set up okay. Okay, so we're here. We need to open the next one, which is this here. So let's make sure root. Okay, so let's change instead of this internal one here, because that's this one, which is one we're referencing. That's what we have the red. We're going to change to this one, right? So we're going to change give this the ID that we had here. So let's go to code, get this out, and save. I'm going to go to this one here and give that ID and save that. So now we went to the top anchor, which is the whole thing here. Now for this, now let's go ahead and see if this is going to work. Go back here. I'm going to rebuild project. Let's go ahead and run. We have a problem here. I think because I knew we have changed a few things and that's not connected. process value. Okay, no problem. What we're going to do is we are going to delete. Let's go back to our right. See here, because we changed things, now this we have a problem here. We need to go back, and since we've changed this, let's go ahead and say view again, and I have to just copy this again. Okay, get rid of this. We're still not connected. Let's go ahead and build project. Recompile. Let's go to this controller here. Let's change this to something. Let's say root pane. Maybe because those IDs are all messed up right now. Okay. So view. Copy this. Let's save this for now and I'm gonna go ahead and recompile. Okay, no problem. We have a problem there. It's okay. Let's add it now. Let's try this. Say root pane. And there we go. Perfect. So sometimes you just have to delete and create a new one. That way we don't run into issues. All right. So now if we go ahead and run this, we should be okay. At least we should see a white background here. So say plus, and there we go. Very cool. Very cool indeed. So now we can go ahead and, because we got rid of the previous view, which was the add item, now we have this add item form showing instead. Okay. Let's go ahead and add, instead of add item form, that nice red top here. So let's go back here. Gonna add another anchor pane. Put it at the top there. There we go. Gonna change the color. Let's go find nope. Okay, that looks good. Just a little difference there. And I'm gonna copy this and paste it in there. There we go. So nothing too complicated here. We just changed things a little bit. We added a different background color there. Okay. Let's do a little preview. And look at that. Very nice. Okay. Okay, let's save this. Should be all be saved now. Get rid of all of here. Now save and run. Okay, let's go ahead and look at that. And there we go. Now this is not, oh, right, because the size is different. Let's go back here. Let's change the whole size. Let's go to layout. I believe it's 700. This is why we had that inconsistency there. All right, once we do that, that means we have to rearrange a few things here, but nothing too big. Move that to the corner there. There we go. It's going to be centered. Let's center everything else. Very nice. In fact, let's put it in the middle of the screen. Oh, there it is. That's the middle of the screen. Okay. Okay, so there we go. Save this. Get out of here. Let's run. You should see everything now looking perfectly fine. And there it is. Yes! Yes, 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 indeed. And what we can do also is add a little nice animation when we add all of these items in. Because if you run this again, you'll see it's a little bit too fast, right? All these two won't go away, but then this just appears. How about put a little animation, right? We can do that now because we are very capable developers at this point. Okay, let's create another transformation right about here. Let me put this down here so we can actually see. So we have our pane there. What I can do is, when this is actually set, I can create a new transformation here. Let's call this, let's use a fade transition, or we can use a fade transition here, root transition, new fade transition, and of course we have to pass a few things here. I'm gonna pass duration of about 4 seconds, and we're gonna pass our form pane as such. I'm gonna say root transition. I'm gonna set things up now. I'm gonna say dot set from value (0f) root transition dot set to value. We want to 1f, right? And then root transition dot set cycle. This is going to be 1 cycle, and root transition dot set auto reverse to be false, and we're going to say root transition dot play. Okay, let's save this and give it a run. That's too fast. Let's say 4 seconds. Look at that. Yes. Very nice. Look at that. We added 4 seconds, and look at that. That's too much. How about 2 seconds? All right, let's try. And very, very, very nice. See? Look at that. Oh, so exciting. Okay, it's so exciting to where I would like to play it again because it's just so much fun. All right, let's try again. Tap, and here we are. Yes, very cool. So we are making a lot of good progress here. From a very mediocre application, we're adding more screens and some cool animations here. In the next video, we are going to be able to add a task and description and hit save. We're going to save into our database. And once that happens, we're going to take users to another screen. Or maybe I'm going to populate this screen here with the next screen, right? Just like what we did here. Now, there's a lot of things that we went through here. One thing I would like you to do is to maybe create a class, right? Just like what we did with the shaker here, create a class that will take care of all this transition. All we have to do is just pass the node or the control, and then you call the shake, in this case, the method to do the transition, right? So this is a lot of code just everywhere, but that's something I think you can do if you follow exactly what I just did here, right? We created this shaker class, and inside of that class, we have this shake method, which in this case does that transition, okay? So see if you can do that, and if not, it's okay. We can discuss that later. All right, I'll see you in the next video.